On this episode, we talk about our favorite Walt Disney World park and why. Today is February 23rd, 2024. This is episode 644 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I am your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey, guys.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic. You can now also find us on TikTok at MSM Podcast. If you've not done so already, head out to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join. And if you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, you get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. If you are planning that trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World, you did not get the advanced dining reservation that you were so hoping for. Have no fear, because Mouse Dining removes the frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. And yes, this service really does work. If you want to use it for free, head on over to msmfriends.com. And then finally, before we get into today's episode, if you are planning that next Disney or Universal vacation, maybe you're looking to go on a cruise or pretty much travel anywhere else in the world, head on over to mainstmagictravel.com and fill out a form for a free quote. Our travel services are completely free to you. So today is one of the episodes that Rhonda loves more than anything, because I got to assign her homework. And so every once in a while we do these, I don't know if you'd call it a game, but we have to,
not a game.
We do a little preparation ahead of time. We're going to pick some things. And I've been going back and listening to old episodes. Let me tell you, the ones during lockdown and quarantine are weird. It's like I'm listening to like a reality show that we were never a part of. It's so odd. But about 2 years ago, we actually had a listener, Jonathan, who had recommended talking about our favorite park. You know, what's your favorite park?
Okay.
And that prompted us to do an episode, which I know is going to have changed in the past 2 years, where we actually broke it down and said, all right, real quick, what's your favorite park? Just if I had to say right now, what's your favorite of the four parks?
Oh,
just blurt it out.
Epcot.
Epcot? Okay, I would say the same. So what we're going to do is we have a whole categories, different categories. And in each of those individual categories, we're going to pick what our favorite park is for that specific category. At the end, we'll tally them up and we'll see if Epcot got the most votes for you, if Epcot got the most votes for me.
They did not.
Last time you had Hollywood Studios as your favorite overall park. And after we did these tallies, it turned out it was. Mine was Epcot then. It turned out it was based on this. So it'll be very interesting. But first, we wanted to get our listeners and social media involved. So I put a poll out on Facebook in the Main Street Magic community, and I did one on Twitter.
Okay.
Now, we weren't breaking down categories. It was literally, what is your favorite park?
Okay.
In Facebook, Epcot was the winner, barely, with 37% of the votes. And
Magic Kingdom came in second by 36%.
Yeah, 36%.
1% difference.
Neck and neck. And it's funny because these results are very similar to 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
We had hundreds and hundreds of votes amongst these two. It was great. Animal Kingdom comes in third. It drops a bit at 20%. And Hollywood Studios is in dead last at Facebook with 7% of the votes.
Wow.
So really not even close.
That's sad.
I did scan through. We had a ton of comments from people in both of these. I scanned through and I tried to grab one about each of the parks. So from Facebook, we had Sam who said, Epcot, never fully appreciated as a kid, but now I'm making up for lost time as an adult. I love how it changes based on the festivals throughout the year. Janice said, I'm still a kid at heart and just love all the rides that Magic Kingdom has to offer. Also, the way the lands look. My favorite rides are pretty much all there. Lauren says, Galaxy's Edge wins Hollywood Studios for me, and then all three rides in Toy Story Land are just fun for everyone.
Yeah.
And then our very good friend, Karen, I had to put this one in there. Animal Kingdom is my favorite because of the safari and how beautiful and unique everything is, especially the Tree of Life. Plus, that corn is absolutely delicious. Karen introduced us to the corn over there near the safari.
Yes.
And it is delicious. All right. Over in Twitter, we had very different results. Now, the order is the same. Epcot comes in at number one with 40.2%.
Wow.
Magic Kingdom drops a bit behind in number two with 26.8%. Animal Kingdom is still in third with 19%. and Hollywood Studios gets a little bit more love on Twitter with 14%. But same order. Number 1, Epcot. Number 2, Magic, Animal, and Hollywood.
Wow.
Again, I pulled from some of the responses, one for each park. Our good buddy Max at Max Pass 2012 says Magic Kingdom. From the robust selection of rides and attractions, the biggest collection of AA, audio animatronics, in any park, very nostalgic, plenty of things to see and do and learning opportunities, where it all started. The biggest con is lack of good park food, but we also don't eat quick service or table service that much. I will say 80% of the people that picked Magic Kingdom and responded had something to do with nostalgia, which I think makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's not one of our categories because I think Magic Kingdom is the one that would win it every time. But
yeah.
At Nita RX says, I love AK for just being able to relax and wander the trails. Flight of Passage and Everest are 2 of my favorite rides. Pandora in the evening is magical. At Steve SWFL said Epcot for the architecture and aesthetics and 3 relaxing attractions. Spaceship Earth, Living with the Land, and 3 Caballeros. Watching Beacons of Magic on Spaceship Earth is a perfect end to my day/eve. And then at Laura Miss Movie, it'd be MISC, like miscellaneous movie. I was at WDW in December, first time in years. I'm an odd person out liking DHS the best. I like that it's more compact. The beautiful Art Deco theming is great for photography. The rides, Slinky Dog rules, the restaurants, prime time will always be a fave. So we have broke this down into 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 categories. As we do this, we're going to focus on just that category to select our favorite park. As I said, in the end, we'll tally them up. Let's see what truly our favorite park is. Because it is easy to go off the top of the head. Right now, 85% of the time we're making a park reservation, it's for Epcot.
Yeah.
Now, I think that is very festival related and it's very Guardians related.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see where it falls on the rest of these lists. We're going to start with the first one. What is your favorite park strictly for rides?
Well, I went with Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of things I really enjoy and love riding. And now that Tron's there, I really like it. And these are all rides. And I'm thinking of rides that I don't need to wear my motion patch. So just that I can go and enjoy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Haunted Mansion, Little Mermaid, Tron, even if I stand in line or do Seven Dwarves, and I mean,
I think
all of it.
I almost selected Magic Kingdom. I think it's a clear-cut favorite. And again, when we go back, these are our favorites. We're not saying that any of these is the hands-down best park for rides. It's in our own opinion and what we think. So you can play along at home. You know, write these down, play along at home, fill out your category, share them with us. I only went away from Magic Kingdom because I thought of where I am right now. If I could ride as many rides in one park in one day, which ones would I want to be? And it's over at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
It's Rise of Resistance, it's Tower of Terror, it's Rock and Roller Coaster, it's Slinky Dog Dash, it's Mania, it's Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. I mean, I'll even get on some ASS. You know, like, for me, it's like if I could do all of those in one day, that is a day that I'm going to remember for riding rides.
That's true.
So that's the only reason I went with
I like that.
Hollywood Studios. Let's move on to shows / attractions. Now, shows can include both live shows and stuff with people, or we're going to talk attractions such as a Carousel of Progress type thing. Shows would go in through any of the 3D shows, Muppets 3D, PhilharMagic, things like that. What is your favorite park for shows?
I picked Hollywood.
I did as well.
Because of Indiana Jones, because of the Beauty and the Beast live action.
Yeah, Frozen Sing-Along. Those 3 right there win it for me.
Yeah.
Like, I believe last time we both picked Animal Kingdom, and that was really on the backs of Festival of the Lion King, which I still think is the best live show in Walt Disney World. But we've done a few times. It had been a while, you know, COVID aside and closures aside and stuff, that we had done Indiana Jones Stunt Spectacular. And when we got back to get that, I don't know, man, it might be better than Festival of the Lion King overall.
Wow.
It's just so stinking good.
Yeah.
And, while we're not, and Muppets 3D is great. Come on. If you're going to throw a 3D show in there, I'm taking Muppets over PhilharMagic.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah. I agree.
Okay, well, let's move on then to the overall theme and atmosphere of the park. What is your favorite park for the overall theme and atmosphere?
I actually put Hollywood.
Okay, why?
I mean, just because, like, I really like the different, like, when you go down, when you, Hollywood Boulevard,
Mhm.
when you go down there, and then, when you're going towards Tower of Terror, and I like, and I know they're probably going to do some more stuff, but, like, going and seeing the
It has that feel.
Chinese theater.
It has that
and
feel
it
of
just
old Hollywood and what
does.
it originally was with
Mhm.
MGM Studios.
And then going back down into Star Wars and
Yeah.
all that, like, I just, I like it.
I think Hollywood has some of the best individual theming by Galaxy's Edge, Toy Story Land,
Yeah.
Hollywood and Sunset Boulevard.
Mm-hmm.
I went with a collective theming that goes throughout the entire park and is very, like, each land is conducive to the other, where your separation is really, like, there's a fine line between when you're walking from one land to the other, and that's at Animal Kingdom. Now, Magic Kingdom does one of the best jobs ever
Right.
of going from one land to the other, where there's subtle change in the paint colors. There's subtle change in the foliage. There's very slight change in the music. But collectively, to me, Animal Kingdom is just so...
Why?
It's so perfect altogether. Because you can still be in Asia, coming out and having a view in front of you of Africa, but you don't feel that there's a separation between those two lands. They so seamlessly
Okay.
almost interact with each other.
Okay.
So yeah, I think overall, from the moment you walk in and you circle all the lands and you go through everything, even to Pandora.
Yeah.
I mean, even the transitions
Yeah, that's true.
into Pandora and
Yeah.
out of Pandora, I think, are done so very well, where it'd be very easy to walk and be like, oh, I'm not in that land anymore. I'm in another land. I didn't even get to notice.
Okay.
So that's what I think I love about that overall
Okay.
kind of, like, theming
I'll agree.
in the atmosphere and all. And I think also this could be probably atmosphere could be included as kind of the streetmosphere, which we still get some of
Oh, yeah.
at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
That we're missing out on so many others. Now, like the Dapper Dans
Mhm.
and all on Main Street.
Yeah.
The bus and the trolleys and
Mhm.
parade. I mean, all of that fits very well to Magic Kingdom as well.
Mhm.
And same thing if you look at Epcot. I think individually, each of those World Showcase pavilions is so perfect. But collectively, in the way that you go from one to the other, I just don't think anywhere does it like Animal Kingdom. It's so good. All right, we're going to move on to food.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a couple categories in food. Our first one is going to be snacks. Now, we have decided to exclude the festivals at Epcot because I
Yeah.
just don't think it's fair. I mean, you're picking that. So, where is your favorite park to snack at in Walt Disney World?
I actually put Animal Kingdom.
I did too. Why did you
Oh.
select Animal
Well,
Kingdom?
I selected it because there's so many booths all over that are always there.
Yeah.
Now, the only problem is sometimes they're not all open.
Yes.
Sometimes some are, sometimes which is sad when they're not. But I mean, like, they have really good stuff. What is it? The Smiling Crocodile?
Yeah, Smiling Crocodile. Mr. Kamal's
Mr. Kamal's.
has those great fries. Was it Trilo Bites with the buffalo chicken
the
nachos?
Yep.
Like, and that's why I picked it. I
Yes.
thought we did an episode a while back about building our own Animal Kingdom festival. I think Animal Kingdom is ripe for a festival.
Yeah.
When you want to talk about what Epcot does so well with cultures and cuisine and stuff, Animal Kingdom kind of has it all the time. There are a lot of those little places to stop and snack. Plenty of times we've gotten Mr. Kamal's fries.
And now part of that, Karen introducing us to
To the corn.
the corn over there.
Look
and
over in
there's-
Pandora and getting
Mhm.
was it the Pongu Pongu, the little pineapple
Mhm.
egg rolls.
Mhm.
And yeah, so you have all these spots. You could
You
almost
do.
build your own snack festival throughout
Mhm.
Animal Kingdom.
Mhm.
And so I think they're doing it so very well. Whereas everywhere else, the snacks tend to be much more popcorn, Mickey bars,
Right.
Mickey ice cream sandwiches,
Right.
churros, turkey legs, things like that. They're pretty consistent. And Animal Kingdom actually kind of steps out of the box and does something that I think is very, very different. How about for quick service? Don't look over at my paper. What's your favorite park for
You've
quick
been looking at
service
mine this whole
restaurants?
time. I actually picked Animal Kingdom again.
Ooh.
Because of Yak and Yeti's quick service, which is really good. The Pizza Safari, which is really good.
I like it there. I like their pizza.
I did too.
I really do.
I think there's just more of like stuff I would eat because then now the whole market back is open.
Yeah, Harambe Market's open. I mean,
I just-
Satuli Canteen is still the best quick
and
service
I
on
just started to
property.
say there's another one. Like, to me, the reason I picked it too is because it has, to me, the most and best quick services that I would want to eat at.
Yeah.
Like, we hardly go there. It's been a little while since we've gone there. And when we do, we're not like eating. We're not spending usually a day there.
Mhm.
I almost wish like Hollywood would have something like Animal Kingdom does, or like Magic Kingdom,
Yeah.
really, because they have all the sit downs. But
Yeah. It was hard for me to not pick Animal Kingdom. Basically, all the reasons you mentioned, but Satuli Canteen, if you say best quick service on property, that's going to be my number one answer every time. But collectively, again, at Hollywood for me, Docking Bay 7, ABC Commissary, I absolutely love.
yeah,
Backlot Express is actually
Not
pretty
bad.
dang good. Woody's Lunchbox. I was looking at those as like, those are really the go-to spots, I think. And so even like Fairfax Fair, there's a lot of really good quick service dining options at Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
And I think Hollywood Studios
That's true.
often gets a little bit of a bad rap too, the way that Magic Kingdom does with food.
yeah.
I don't think people talk enough about the food and the places that actually are at Hollywood Studios. If we move on to table service, was this a no-brainer for you?
Oh, I put Hollywood.
You did? Really? For table service? Why
Brown
did you select-
Derby,
Right, but is that all you're going off on? Because we don't
No.
eat anywhere else recently very
Sci-Fi,
much. Yeah.
Prime Time.
Booked a sci-fi reservation for April.
Uh-huh.
We've not
We've-
been there in quite some
I
time, and
mean-
we want to get back. Yeah.
Prime Time, and
Yeah.
then Hollywood and Vine. The food was fine, like that. I mean, it's been since we've
Right.
had babies,
Yeah, little kids.
basically, but still,
I do think Hollywood does a really
maybe
good
we
job
should
with food.
go back to that.
That would be fun. I don't even know what characters are there right now. We
I
were
know.
back in the days of Jake and the
Mhm.
Neverland Pirates there, Now
Yeah.
I think it's like Vampirina, and it might be, I don't even know, honestly, who's there.
Mhm.
I went Epcot. So Le Cellier, we loved.
Okay.
It lived
Yeah.
up to the hype.
Uh-huh.
When we did this episode last time, we had not dined at Le Cellier. So now we have, and we absolutely loved it. I think of Spice Road Table is one of my favorites. We've really enjoyed Coral Reef.
Yeah,
It's been
that was
great.
good.
We can put down Tutti Gusto, Via Napoli and their pizza, Space 220.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm not trying to sway. I'm
I
not
mean,
trying to
you
like
could
sway
totally
you. I'm just
sway
saying,
me.
I think Epcot
Yeah.
absolutely kills it for table service restaurants. It's outstanding. And then Animal Kingdom, one of our favorite places on property is Yak and Yeti, but that's not enough for Animal Kingdom to win. Another of those, and this is another reason I started going back and listening to episodes, is to go, hey, we said we were going to do this thing again, and we never did. We better
Yeah.
make good on that. That's the whole reason we're going to sci-fi. We need to get back to Tiffin's and see what our
Yeah.
experience would be like this time, because we didn't love it last time.
Yeah.
So I really, really want to do that. Where is your favorite park if you want to sit back, relax, have a drink, maybe some small bites? You're going to a bar or a lounge.
Epcot.
Okay, what is your reasoning for Epcot?
I started to pick Animal Kingdom just because of Nomad,
Yeah.
but I didn't because we always go into oh my gosh.
You back at Epcot?
Yeah.
Well, Rose and Crown.
Thank you. Oh my God. It just left my
Has
brain.
it been a week? It's been a long week for you.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Epcot because of Rose and Crown, and now everything's back.
Yeah.
Please, I know you can stand at the bar, but they open Rose and Crown
Mhm.
so you can go and hang out and sit. We've totally done that. I understand you can. It is kind of annoying when we do, like, we did it and I felt bad. because
What
there's
I wish they
a ton
would
of people
do-
trying to get drinks.
Yeah. What I wish that Rose and Crown would do, and they never did this before, they've never had bar stools there, at least in our lifetime of going. I wish that they would put bar stools, but then have a walk-up area
Right.
as well. Like a lot of places do. Like you go to any of the pool bars, right? You've got a walk-up area only right in the middle, and you have bar stools on either side. I wish that they would do that because it is nice to be there at the bar. Now, when
Yeah.
we do it, we tend to go on that round backside that is over closer to I don't even know what back towards the dining area. We go
Mhm.
on that circular part. We either go there or we step off to one of the pub tables and stand there. But yeah, when that whole bar is completely filled with people standing, it's hard when you're somebody coming in just
It
trying to
is.
grab a drink and go.
It is, and it's just it. This is how it used to be,
Mhm.
and then with the 3 years of COVID, basically, they weren't allowing that.
Yeah.
And now they are, and I understand why people get frustrated.
Yeah.
Because like you said, if it's full and they're just standing there and they've got their drinks and they're literally just drinking. I mean,
Yeah.
they're
But that's
taking,
what it's made for.
I know, but they're taken away from the bartenders,
Yep.
for one. For two, if I can't get in and I'm a small person, then I mean, that sucks. I'm just standing there.
I think specific walk-up area is the way to go.
Yeah.
I think you could put it in that area, where we always come in through, and there's the two posts. So you have the long bar side, and then when it circles, you make that area between those two posts walk up only. And yeah, people could sit on either side and
But if you
maybe put
go
bar stools,
around,
or even if all you have to do is stand,
right?
still to have an area that stays open where it's get your drink and you're heading to either the dining area.
But I
that's
start
open
saying, if
during
you
the day, or
head
a
to the
pub table
dining
or
area,
whatever, yeah.
if you go around the corner, that whole part is open.
Yeah.
They don't close it down till about 3-ish.
Yeah, I think it is. I think
Because they have to
Yeah.
start getting everything ready
Yeah,
to
for dinner
open
service.
at dinner service. So, but I like that because that to me is my new Nomad Lounge. We go
Yeah.
hang out
Yeah,
because you
just
can
recently,
even
I mean,
go
we went-
outside.
Yeah, we went and grabbed
too.
fish and chips from
Yeah.
Yorkshire. We walked in, we
Yep.
got our drinks, we sat down at a two-person table.
Yep.
They'll actually
great.
start live music back in
Yep.
there now again. So it really is a great lounge spot.
It is.
I mean, Epcot Tout de Gusto, of course, is one of the best
Absolutely.
lounge spots on property.
Absolutely.
And Space 220 Lounge.
Yep.
I did not pick Epcot. I picked Animal Kingdom because of Nomad Lounge and because of the bar at Yak and Yeti. Because when you can go sit at the bar at Yak and Yeti,
When you
possibly.
can.
Hey, we did last time.
We did, but we were
You
lucky.
rope drop that sucker, you might get in there. You order the tuna nachos,
Yeah.
or you
Yeah.
can get them with chicken, the way that Rachel taught us. I
Yep.
do actually want to try that one time and get them with chicken. I want to try it. I bet it's so good.
I'm
So
sure it
yeah,
is.
I mean, as far as in park lounges go, Nomad is number one for me. It is absolute number one.
Okay.
Because it is a lounge. Now, as you just mentioned, Rose and Crown feels a bit more like a true bar and lounge where you
Yeah.
can go sit
I
in
mean,
the back
remember
there.
when we sat in the back
Yeah.
with Lucy and Amy and we
Yeah.
were all hanging out.
That
Like
was
it
fun.
was fun.
Yeah, I do love it there. All right, we're going to move on in a very similar realm, but drink. What is your favorite park to drink at?
I said Epcot
It's
again.
Got to be Epcot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know
I mean,
how much
it's the
time
whole-
we need to spend
I
conversing.
know. I mean, it's the whole drink around the world,
Yeah.
which that is not something I do, and I wouldn't suggest.
and this
it.
I would still say is festivals aside. Even without the festivals, I still
100%.
think Epcot is
100%.
the best place
100%.
for alcoholic beverages.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, and this is where people do get in trouble when they try to drink
Yeah.
around the world because you do go to the different, and you can go to each pavilion and get either, whether it be a beer, a wine,
Yeah.
whatever they have, a liquor. They have it all. So just
drink responsibly.
please do.
Yeah, seriously. Today, actually, we're recording on Thursday. It is National Margarita Day.
Mm,
So, Cava de Tequila or Chozo de Margarita are two great spots to get margaritas. I said one of my favorites is sitting poolside at Coronado and go up and get a margarita from Siestas right there.
Yeah.
That's a really, really good spot for it as well. All right.
But then we're not talking about that.
No, we're not. What is your favorite overall park right now just to relax? You're not really as focused on rides or shows or the hustle and bustle. You just want to go chill.
Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because you can walk the trails, which is really
Yeah.
cool. And we've done that every once in a
Mhm.
while. And, you know, when it's a nice cooler day because all the animals seem to be out a little more. And, yeah, I mean, to me right there, you have Nomad to hang out at.
Yeah. Dawa. Heck,
Dawa
you know,
Bar.
I mean, Dawa, I forgot to throw that in with my bar lounge pick. We
Mhm.
love Dawa so much. It is so great in there. Quick side note, International Delight now makes cold foam in a can, like a whipped cream can.
Yeah.
And
I'm
just
the one
finishing
who
some.
saw this
It's
on a
outstanding.
commercial. And I
Do
was
they have
like,
flavors? Because the one we got was just standard, like,
we got it at
milk
Costco, first
cold
of all.
foam. Yeah.
Second of all, we did not see it at Publix.
Yeah.
And third of all, when it was the commercial, I mean, I don't know if they're just making these right now and they're just
if
the
they start
International
doing
Delight regular
flavors.
ones, but
I did Expedit. It's 3 p.m. because I drink decaf, but I'm not an afternoon coffee drinker. I made Expedition Roasters, gave a little splash of Chobani white raspberry chocolate creamer, and then I did that cold foam on top. Just saved $8 going to Starbucks. Even better. Yeah, I picked Animal Kingdom. Same thing. Even if you take aside the relaxing spots like a Nomad or a Dawa where you're literally physically just relaxing and not moving, the trails are so chill and relax. You know, just walking around and taking in all of the details and the scenery and that atmosphere, you know, that I voted on earlier. There's not a more relaxing park. And while we go there, I'm going to want to do Flight of Passage. I'm going to want to do Everest. I'm going to want to do the safari and dinosaur, and I don't have to. Like, and if I walk out of Animal Kingdom and we've been there for 4 hours and all we did was grab a drink and maybe a snack and just relax, I'm cool with it. Like, it doesn't, I don't, if I walk out of any other park and we didn't ride a single ride, you're kind of like, what were we even doing here? You know, like, let's get a little excitement in our lives. And this one does not need it at all. You are shopping, and you are always shopping. Where is your favorite park currently to shop at?
well, I went ahead and picked Magic Kingdom, or if you would allow me to do Disney Springs.
I will not allow you. It is not a theme park. Cool. And again, that's a no-brainer. Is Disney Springs is, if we said what is the best place to shop in Disney World, it would be Disney Springs.
And the reason
I selected Magic Kingdom as well.
I started to say the reason I picked Magic Kingdom is because, first of all, the Emporium, all on your left side when you're staring at the castle, that whole strip, I mean, is just amazing. And then on your right side, you not only have like your expensive like purses and stuff, but your Pandora's over there. And I think there's dresses. There's just all kinds of stuff on your right side too. And then candy. It's just
Memento Mori. I mean, come on. Memento Mori is one of the best shops
100%.
in all of Disney World. No, I like that you went the candy route, and I'm thinking of like Main Street Confectionery because I think of shopping as potentially not only maybe you're there for yourself, but what are you taking home to family and friends? Candy and popcorns and things like that, you know? I mean, it's, 9 times out of 10, we're bringing back a apple for the girls now. Yeah. Or we're picking up something like popcorn wise or treat wise or whatever. So I think that falls into the whole shopping realm. And that, whole reason I picked Magic Kingdom. I really like Creations at Epcot. I think it's great. I mean, but it's not the Emporium.
No.
The Emporium, Creations has more that I want to buy there, but the Emporium just has all of the Disney magic and like we're talking about earlier, nostalgia. Like being inside the Emporium is just like nothing else. Like, and it's one where, we often don't walk down Main Street because we're walking right into the Emporium and that's our walk down Main Street. Even if we're not looking for a single thing, we will walk through there every single time.
But also, if something's new, it's going to be in there.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Yeah. So I think Magic Kingdom is just amazing. Moving on next to the music. So this would be really outside of the theme and atmosphere, but the overall ambiance of the music that's playing throughout the lands. I mean, you could even almost throw in some of the ride music potentially. What is your favorite park for music?
I actually put Magic Kingdom.
I did too. Yeah,
really?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, just the music as you're walking down Main Street, each of the lands. Again, we're talking about these transitions, and it was one of the things that it's done so well we didn't notice these transitions in music from land to land until we went on Keys to the Kingdom.
Right.
And they specifically pointed out the way that music
Yep.
would subtly change as you entered from one land to the other so that you wouldn't notice it.
Yeah.
And
Super
it's
cool.
it's so good
And then
throughout the entire park.
I just feel like too, like there's parade that'll come around, and then I just love the music for that. And Magic Kingdom.
I mean, even if we want to go further, like I just think of, now I know it's more of it's music, it's talk radio in a sense. The queue for Jungle Cruise is it's just unbelievable. But Magic Kingdom I think wins. Epcot's older music, I'll really have to take a listen now in World Celebration. The background music, I haven't really paid attention. Some of the old entry music into Epcot, though, is the absolute best. It all has that same vibe as Soarin'.
Yeah.
Which, sorry, folks, I am
Jeremy's very
so
excited.
glad Soarin' Around the World is back. Shout out to my buddy Gabe with Theme Park Duo over on the West Coast. We had a little back and forth on TikTok about it. California, it makes me want to visit California. California is beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean, when you can go from mountains to snow to basically deserts to orange grove to all that, you don't get to enjoy that film because it is so quick. There's no transitions. Like they just packed way too much into it. And, I know the biggest
California's
fault.
big.
Yeah, well, it is, but so is the world. And they managed to do a lot there. Now, I know the biggest fault of Around the World is the CGI aspect and the crooked tower, if you're not in the right spot of the Eiffel Tower, but you can take it in. In each scene, you can just look and you can actually like turn your head around and you have the time to do almost like a 180 and see everything. And the transitions are just, I think, wonderful. So I, for one, am very happy that Around the World is back. Then we get it back and they get California back.
Yep.
They start March 1st, I believe, over on the West Coast. So let's move on to IP representation. So that is intellectual property representation. Which park do you think is your favorite for that?
I don't know, but I picked Hollywood.
You did?
I did.
Just based on like Toy Story, Star Wars.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, you got the Muppets over there. There's just a lot in there. I started to pick Magic Kingdom.
That's what I went with.
But I didn't.
I mean,
I was like, because I'm like, good Lord, Magic Kingdom's going to win everything.
I
then.
know, it's kind of crazy. I picked Magic Kingdom. I mean, when you think of all of the rides, which
I know.
Heck, they made out IP out of nothing. You know what I mean? Like Jungle Cruise, Pirates, Haunted. These were all original ideas that were not based on what you considered an intellectual property at the time. There were no movies around them. There were no characters. They created them from scratch. They would become intellectual properties with movie. I mean, look at the Pirates franchise alone.
Yep.
It's absolutely insane. Like we have a Jungle Cruise movie. We've got Haunted Mansion movies. So I just, down to everything. We don't have a lot of original there. We've got Tomorrowland Speedway. We've got trying to think, like there really isn't much else that isn't completely IP driven. When you get now Hollywood, if you want to talk about creating entire lands around a single IP, they're of course doing that with Toy Story Land and with Galaxy's Edge and all. Great representation of Indiana Jones, even when they brought that pop-up bar in there. Now Sunset Boulevard and Rock and Roller Coaster and Tower of Terror kind of sit on their own.
Tower of Terror
that's true. Twilight Zone would be considered an IP. Is Aerosmith considered an IP?
No.
I mean, I guess it could be. Could abandoned music be considered an intellectual property?
I don't know.
I don't see why not.
Okay.
I guess it really could. But I just Magic Kingdom's, man, character interactions.
That's what I put.
Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
How do you not?
I mean, for one, because of now the bears roaming around.
Yep.
For one, and I know Epcot and World Celebration now has some characters,
and which
is great, but they're not really roaming.
And they've got the row now. Now Epcot, when they're doing the training, Epcot's going to win out. When they're doing the training of some of these rare characters, when you're coming in International Gateway and you can catch Mickey, Minnie,
Pinocchio.
Like, I mean, we've seen, they do have Snow White, they've got Belle, they've got Aurora. Man, you know what? Now, if we could go back to the days, they do have Figment. We go back to when you could meet Baymax and Hero.
That was cool.
Joy and Sadness.
That was cool. That was over in that
man
when you walked through. I remember that. Where What happened to that? That was all
that's
torn
all
down?
been that's all been blown. I mean, that's basically now where Journey of Water sits. It was over through that way. You know, now Epcot, they're bringing, you know, this Communicore Hall with Mickey and Friends is going to be very dedicated to that. That'll be interesting to see. I don't think they're going to get it open for Flower and Garden. Somebody should be burning the midnight oil.
Uh-oh.
Know what they call it?
Sure.
I meant to say this last episode when we were talking about Universal. Universal and character interactions and walk around characters and stuff, they're killing it over there. They had a lot. You would turn around and you would see them around every corner.
Yeah.
I mean, even when you're talking about walking down and seeing Megatron or Bumblebee, which are just the best ever. The Minions were right there. Like, I remember turning every corner and I was like, there's a character. There's a character.
And Lisa.
Yeah. Yep. They were all out. Like, they're doing a really, really good job with it. I think Magic Kingdom. Yeah. Scooby, Shaggy was out there. Daphne was out there. I don't know. I think it's a toss up between Magic Kingdom and Epcot. I mean, even with that, when Epcot isn't training, man, they've got a lot of really good characters over there. You can catch a lot of princesses in their home. You know what I mean? From Snow White to Belle to Aurora and all.
Yeah.
Mulan. I don't know if she's still meaning Anna and Elsa. You know what? I'm going to change mine on the spot. Let me change mine. I'm actually going to do. I can do anything I want. I'm one of the co-hosts of this wonderful show. I'm changing mine to Epcot. I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. All right. Our final category is, what is your favorite park during the holidays? What do you consider the holidays?
I'm picking Hollywood Studios for Christmas and Magic Kingdom for Halloween.
I'll give you that.
We're
going to add an extra category.
I'm like, yeah, because I can't just pick. I'm not picking Magic Kingdom. I mean, yes, I can and do Halloween and Christmas.
Yeah.
But I personally, and you said this is personal, love Magic Kingdom for Halloween and then Hollywood for Christmas.
I agree completely. And we had this same discussion the last time we did this. You know, if you said the holidays are Halloween and Christmas, I have to give the nod to Magic Kingdom, but only because they do Halloween. We don't really get Halloween at Hollywood Studios.
Could you imagine
but Christmas
if
there,
you did?
And just deck it out in Nightmare Before Christmas, like over at even Hollywood.
At Hollywood,
I think you could do a lot at Hollywood with Halloween. Heck, they had the entire Toy Story Terror. You remember that special?
Oh yeah,
the 30-minute show.
Yeah,
imagine doing that throughout Toy Story Land. I mean, that would be super cool. But no, you got to count these up.
Oh.
So I want you to go ahead and let's go ahead and let's count these up. We'll take a break, and we'll be right back after this important message. There's no important message.
What important
guys.
message?
I'm just gonna pause it. There's not an important.
You could say Main Street Magic Travel.
Yeah. I mean, well, okay. Well, you know what? Well, Rhonda's tallying hers up real quick. I will talk about a few things then. We'll do that.
Here's your important message.
Yeah. One. Yeah. If you want to book and go to any of these parks, you want the best deal, of course, Main Street Magic Travel. You can go to mainstmagictravel.com. I do want to talk about coming up here now in 1 week. We will be at the House of Mouse Expo. It's at the Osceola Heritage Park down in Kissimmee, Florida. There are going to be amazing celebrity guests, a ton of awesome vendors, including ourselves selling Be Nice to cast member shirts. There are going to be panels. There's a 90s after hours party Saturday night. It's going to be incredible. And then one more thing I do want to mention real quick, and I promise that more information is forthcoming. Had an awesome meeting this morning with the folks over at Give Kids the World. There were a little bit of changes at Give Kids, and so we've got an entire team working on the Main Street 16 Challenge coming to you at the end of April. You can still go out right now to mainstreet16.com. Scroll down. There's going to be a link to book your discounted room at Malia in Celebration, Florida. That's going to be our host hotel. And coming within the next week, we are going to have a landing page that will give you the option to sign up to be in the challenge. It will give you the option to buy tickets to our Friday night trivia event at Malia. That's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be cool prizes, all kinds of stuff going on there, some awesome guests with us. And then finally, we are going to actually be having a raffle with all proceeds to benefit Give Kids the World for a 2-night DVC stay over the course of the next year. So all that information is coming soon. Stay tuned to our social channels at Main ST Magic. Go ahead and stay tuned to mainstreet16.com. And you'll find out all that information very, very soon. So let's go over our results.
Now we're back.
You said Epcot was your favorite park. How did that fare?
I got 2 for
Epcot had 2.
It was my last one.
Okay. What is your second to last?
Animal Kingdom at 3.
At 3. And then what are your
Magic
top
Kingdom
2?
and Hollywood ties in at 5 each.
Both of those had 5. Okay. Wow. So yeah, that's 15 total. That's how many categories we ended up having. So on paper, Magic Kingdom or Hollywood Studios is your favorite park. But isn't that interesting? Because Epcot's the one that we want to visit the most.
Yeah.
Epcot lost it for me too.
Mm-hmm.
I only selected it in 3 categories.
Mm-hmm.
The other 3 all tied with 4 each. Hollywood, Magic Kingdom, and Animal Kingdom, I picked in 4 categories each for all of those. I think it's an interesting
And it was 14,
game.
But for the holidays,
we added the Halloween. We separated it.
Yep.
But it's kind of a fun game. I mean, do this at home and let us know on social or email or whatever. DM us, whatever you want to, and let us know. Just off the top of your head, or if you've got a loved one that loves Disney, just go up to them and say, "What's your favorite Walt Disney World park?" And then just have them blurt it out, and then go through this list and test them, and then see what truly is their favorite park. I think it's pretty cool. It's fun.
Yeah, it is.
So
that one was not hard. I wasn't as mad at first. I was, and then I was like, "Oh wait, it's just the."
Yeah.
I thought we had to pick each. Like, oh Lord, I thought I had to go reading a whole bunch and finding.
No. And these ones are so funny because I know, like, I'll sit down and a lot of times I'll just come with the first thing that comes to mind. But then as you kind of sit there, you're like, oh man. And some of the, I don't think that's anything in life. You'll end up going, man, I absolutely love this park for this thing. And you're like, clear cut, that's it. And then you might mention something like, well, I thought you really like Nomad Lounge. And I'll just be like, not once did my brain think of Nomad Lounge. Like, it's just weird the way that it works. And so this is a lot of fun. We love doing these types of things. We are getting ready to get into a whirlwind of travel. And so we're going to have some stuff coming out of that, but we are getting a chance coming up here to stay at Old Key West. It's been a while since we've been there. We're going to stay there for the House of Mouse Expo weekend. And of course, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about House of Mouse. We are going down actually for Lacey's Dance Nationals the following weekend. And we're staying at a Spring Hill Suites, but we can share some info, and we're hopefully going to make it to a park at some point for a little bit more Flower and Garden, but we will be doing Flower and Garden on March 1st, and we'll bring you some information on that. We are actually, we'll talk about, I'm sure, we're renting a giant Airbnb for our friend's birthday celebration at the end of March. That's going to be super cool to do, and we'll talk about that some. We are staying at Pop Century again. It's been a long time. We're staying there for the weekend at Blue Octobers at Garden Rocks. That's April 5th through 7th. And then I don't even remember what's coming up after that. Main Street 16.
We have our cruise.
We have our cruise coming up. So a lot of great content. You're going to definitely want to hit that subscribe button. You get these brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. And of course, we would be very, very thankful if you could please leave us a rating and review.
Because it helps our show grow.
That's all we've got. We'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts. Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.